There's something wrong with the Mona Lisa. Not obvious, not dramatic, but if you stare at her long enough, you start to feel it. That quiet discomfort, that strange feeling that something doesn't match. Her smile doesn't fully belong to her face. Her eyes don't tell you what she feels. And the longer you look, the less you understand what you're actually seeing. Carl Jung would say, that's not the painting, that's you. Because the Mona Lisa is not just a face, it's a mirror. And what you're reacting to is not her expression. It's your own mind trying to make sense of something that refuses to be understood. Your brain is built to recognize emotions: happy, sad, angry, calm. We are trained to read faces instantly. It keeps us safe. It helps us connect. But the Mona Lisa breaks that system. You look at her, and your brain can't decide. Is she smiling? Is she hiding something? Is she calm? Or is she distant? And that uncertainty creates tension. You keep looking, trying to solve it, but you can't. And that's exactly the point. Jung believed that when we cannot clearly understand something, we begin to project. Projection means this: you don't see what is there, you see what is inside you. So when you look at the Mona Lisa, you are not reading her. You are revealing yourself. Some people see calm, some see sadness, some see mystery, some feel nothing. But none of these reactions come from the painting alone. They come from the observer, from you. Jung would say the Mona Lisa activates something deeper. Not your logic, but your unconscious. There's another layer to this. Jung talked about something called the anima, the inner feminine image inside the human mind. Not just women, Telai, but the idea of femininity, emotion, mystery, depth, intuition. The Mona Lisa doesn't give you a clear identity. She doesn't tell you who she is. And because of that, your mind fills in the gap. She becomes what you expect, what you fear, what you desire, what you don't understand. That's why she feels so powerful, because she is not fixed. She changes depending on who is looking. And that's unsettling because we want clarity. We want to understand. We want to label things quickly so we can feel in control. But she doesn't give you that. She stays in between, not fully one thing, not fully another. And your brain doesn't like that. So it keeps searching, keeps analyzing, keeps trying to solve her. But there is nothing to solve because the discomfort you feel is not confusion, it's exposure. The Mona Lisa is not confusing you. She's revealing how your mind works, how quickly you judge, how badly you need certainty, how uncomfortable you feel when something doesn't fit your expectations. And that's where Jung's idea becomes real. He believed that the things that disturb you the most often show you parts of yourself you don't fully understand. So when something feels off, it's not always the world. Sometimes it's your perception. Think about that. You can stand in front of the same painting as someone else and have a completely different experience because you are not seeing reality. You are seeing your interpretation, your inner world, your projections. And the Mona Lisa exposes that in the simplest way possible. Just a face, no movement, no story, no explanation. And yet, it creates one of the strongest reactions in human history. That's not normal, and that's why it matters, because it shows you something uncomfortable. You don't see things as they are, you see them as you are. And once you understand that, everything changes. The way you look at people, the way you judge situations, the way you react, because suddenly you realize maybe what you feel is not always coming from the outside. Maybe it's coming from you. And that's where most people stop, because this is the part that makes you uncomfortable. It's easier to say, this painting is strange, than to say, I don't understand what I'm seeing because of how my mind works. That requires honesty, and honesty is hard because it removes control. It forces you to admit that you don't fully understand yourself. And that's what Jung was trying to show. Not through art alone, but through everything. That your mind is not as clear as you think. That your perception is not neutral. That you are constantly projecting meaning onto the world around you. And most of the time, you don't even notice it. So the next time you look at the Mona Lisa, don't try to understand her. Try to understand your reaction. What do you feel? What do you expect to see? What makes you uncomfortable? Because that's where the truth is, not in the painting, but in you.